Module 2 provided you with a lot of information on how to search, how the searches actually operate behind the scenes, how to use research, how to investigate research. So I'm going to do a quick how-to through the Klein library, just to give you an idea of what this all looks like when you're actually engaging in it. So the first page is the NAU Quick Links page. This is available, obviously, quick links from the NAU homepage, and then you would click Klein Library. I've already opened it, so I'm just going to move to that tab. What you'll also notice across the top of my web browser is that I have my Outlook email open and my Blackboard open. When I go to search for articles, because I have these two systems open in the exact same browser and I'm logged in through all of my NAU accounts, it will automatically log me into the library. If you don't do this, then you'll have to log into the library as well. So the easiest system to use through the library that I've found is Google Scholar. So under Site Search up here in the top right corner, you move the drop down and you select Google Scholar. And then you would put your search terms into the search. I previously saved some wording just to make this a little easier. And then we'll click search. What's going to come up is a list of the articles that it is finding for me. So yes, Google Scholar should find peer-reviewed sources and they should find sources that are considered creditable to your academic unit, but it's not a guarantee. So you still need to look and see who are these sources, what are they doing, what are they saying. So in this case, what you'll see right here is the place that this particular article came from, which is mobilelearningcourse.pbworks.com, and it is an ELI white paper. What this means to me is somebody funded this research. I can investigate who the funding is if I find good information in this source, but somebody paid to have this done. Yes, it could have been a nonprofit, it could have been an educational nonprofit who cares about how games influence learning, but it might not have. So I really need to look, especially with that first article, to see, is that something that would be considered creditable for this particular topic? For the second one, the same thing. I have dera.ioe.ac.uk. So what is this? Who is this coming from? What do I care about this? If we keep going down, what we see for the third source is that it's from a Journal of Educational Technology Systems, which is obviously something that's a little bit more reputable. So this is something that I could probably use. I'd probably be more likely to use the next one because it's Cyber Psychology and Behavior, and the year of publication is 2006 as opposed to 95. The difference in gaming systems and gaming and learning is very significant between 95 and 06. So I still need to look in these particular sources to see what exactly is going on here and what do I need. The other thing you'll notice that Google Scholar does is it tells you who has cited these articles. So in this case, this Motivations for Playing Online Games has been cited by 968 people. This cited by link will give you access to those 968 articles, assuming the Klein Library is actually paid for the resources. And what it should give you access to is people who talk about, in this case, play, games, and learning in a very similar way, so your articles will talk to each other. So what you're noticing from these first articles is each of them deals with learning in slightly different ways. Each of them is talking about games in slightly different ways. So it's going to take me, the writer, a significant amount of work to make these articles talk to each other in my paper. So what I might want to do, instead of trying to figure out if any of these top ones are creditable, is start with this Motivations for Play. Start with these 968 that were cited, because that will take me less work in writing. Okay, so the second thing I wanted to show you is when you actually read through an article, and what you're seeing in this one is footnotes, or I'm sorry, these are endnotes. So if I'm reading through this particular sentence and I like what this article is saying, I could go and look up the resource for that citation that they're actually listed. So don't just go through the bibliography, also read in text and see, does the author of the article I'm reading discuss a specific resource in a way that I like, and then you can go and find that primary resource and use it as well. So that's how you would use an article to find more resources for your particular paper. As always, if you have any questions about this, send me an email.